One, Chains of Villainies here once again. It's been a while since the last review. But finally, I've actually picked up something from Acon, and, well, instead of doing older kits, I figured I'd do something new. And this is actually my first non-Gundam model kit. So, with Black also introducing it, this is the Aura Battler Billbine from Aura Battler Dunbine, and shows Zama's second Aura Battler in the series. So, let's get down to the parts. I will be reviewing this plate by plate like Robert TK does, so if you've seen his reviews, you should know what to expect. And this is the manual for the Billbine. As you can see, painted up by a professional. Get a closer up look at it. Very nicely detailed. I do like the insect designs that the show had. It's a shame that the Billbines and, well, all the mechs from the Dunbine series didn't really get that much model treatment. Like, they're the only master grade that I know of in existence of any mech from Dunbine is the Dunbine itself in master grade form. There was a high grade series, but I heard that people saying things that there were not very good figures, and I've only seen one review for it. I think it's the Dunbine Todd Renek, but I'll give this kid a chance. So this is another view of it, some details of the figure itself, and into here you see Sho Zama right there, the series main character, and you see another shot of it, and the Billbine is a transforming mech. So that's something that's actually worth the money that I paid for it. I paid only $15 for it in the dealer's room at Acon. So this is really not a bad deal for an old school kit. And then cracking it open will just show you the step-by-step instructions. It's basically like any other high grade I've built. Not very bad. And putting the manual away, we move on to the A plate. Very, very nice. I like the see-through plastic, especially on the wings. It's molded in yellow, just like on the anime, but it's got so much texture to it. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but I'm seeing some of the vein stuff on here. Very, very nice for this kit. And it's got a cream yellow to it. I may go back over and spray paint it, but I really like the off colors. I've been painting kits so long that I actually would kind of like this look. It's different. It makes it stand out. These black pieces, you cannot tell on the camera, but it is see-through. You can see a little bit through it, but it's got a nice tint to it. And on the anime, the cockpits actually were see-through tints with them. Very nice that they recreated it here in the high grade. Raising it up, you see a little Sho Zama in there, sitting down there. And it's molded in a Jagan type color. Very nice. Moving on to the B plate, it's Sazabi Red. Very nice. Very nice and very still accurate to the show. And it looks like it's mainly for the thrusters and the head and some of the shoulder and leg armor. In C plate, you see you have the front covers of the legs and what looks like to be the body and parts of the rifle. But they do have some nice details in them, especially on this body pieces right here, where you see what looks like muscles. Given that the Aura Battlers were actually built from living monsters, that's pretty. That's what makes this show interesting. But of course, it being a Tomino series, it's going to have some political stuff to it, and the show did kind of have a Gundam feel, especially with Burn becoming later in the series becomes a Char type villain when he becomes the Black Mass Knight. But getting back on to topic of the parts, here we have the D plate. The camera's not picking up well, but when I raise it to the light, you can tell that the inside of the thrusters are nicely detailed. Here we have the E plate. And it is pretty much the same story as the plate before it, only it looks to be more like for the joints and the inner workings of the head and the shoulders. Also, you have the hands. The hands, this is an early 90s high grade, I do believe, so I can forgive them for that. I mean, it does have ball joints, so at least they're not like the OATMS team hands and are just on pegs, but you do get 2 open hands, and you do get 2 closed fist hands, which actually are used for holding the sword and the weapons. And of course, what kit is not complete without polycaps? Pretty much the same as any regular high grade or master grade kit that's out nowadays too, so it's not a very bad touch. These polycaps are probably... I don't, being this a transforming suit in a 90s high grade, I kinda... But with the amount of polycaps given, I kinda don't see me using all of these, but it's nice that in case I lose some, I'll have extras, but some of these will get completely used up. And for the last part of this kit, this is the foil stickers and it's going to the head of the Billbine. Ignoring my camera's beeping light, these aren't that bad actually, but I mean standard issue for any kit that uses foil stickers back in the day, so I do not like painting the faces of my mobile suits if I don't have to, so it won't be any different for this Aura Battler. So that's part 1 of my review. I'm actually looking forward to this build because it's a mech and it's a high grade, but it's also different from what I've usually built. Variety is always good to have in a collection. So after I get this guy built, we'll do part 2. Till then, see you next time.